John, thanks. We begin with the community's opportunity today to say goodbye. 13-year-old Kei'Mani Latigue went missing last month, only for police to find her body days later in an abandoned, burned-out East Toledo house. Her father is accused of her murder and is currently in jail in Columbus. He was shot during an arrest, but today was about the opportunity for the community to pay its respects. And tonight, we have team coverage. Steve Iwanek had a chance to talk to a number of people who took time out of their day to be there. And Andre Norrells, he talked to one Toledo City Council member and a couple of community members about how we move forward from this tragedy. But tonight, we begin our team coverage with Steve. Steve, understandably, again today, a lot of emotion for this little girl.
Yeah, Jeff, the community members that I spoke to all shared the same thought. Kimmani's life ended too soon. And amidst the frustration and the heartache, many were grateful that they had a chance to say goodbye.
I didn't know her personally, but I know that she was a very special little girl.
You didn't have to know her to love her. That was a shared feeling at Friday night celebration of life for Kei'Mani Latigue.
I think it's really beautiful what the community has done for this little girl.
We watched it play out over the last several weeks as hundreds showered the house where her body was found with flowers and balloons. Claudia Godi and Andrea Cavazos didn't know Kimmani either, but knew they had to be here at the West Toledo YMCA, hosting a public memorial for hundreds to say goodbye.
I'm 30 years old. I think this probably has to be one out of maybe the many times I can count on my hands of a horrific thing happening in our community that's brought the entire community together.
As guests went inside, a table to leave a card. And from there, Kimmani's casket took center stage inside a large auditorium, surrounded by flowers. Her name adorned in lights, reminding the public why they were here.
If you a true Christian like I am, you let God take care of it all. God will take care of it all.
Siobhan Glover knows what it's like to lose a child. Her daughter died of a drug overdose last year and says grief doesn't need permission, but it does need space.
Because it's going to leave nothing but pain in your heart for the rest of your life. And it has to be that type of way to get this problem solved.
And heartbreak has no age.
When I see her, when she died, I couldn't believe it.
13-year-old Alonze Richardson was one of Kimmani's former classmates. When he remembers her, it's not just the tragedy, but also the smile and her spirit.
She was a good person, and like everybody wanted to get to know her, and she played basketball, and she loved boxing.
Now, in light of her death, many questions have been raised surrounding the circumstances about Kimmani's death. So that brings up the question, what happens from here? And Andre, I know you talked to a lot of community members as well tonight. So what do they want to see moving forward out of this case?
Well, Steve, there's been a lot of talk with city, county, and state politicians about this case and calls for action from the community. I want to speak with any elected official who came tonight and ask them, what's next?
This has really been bothering me since I had found out about it.
Michelle Smith isn't alone. Many people are grieving and searching for answers.
The poor child reached out to people at her school, and for CSB to fail her, it's just sad. It really is.
WTO 11 has spoken with several people who say there were concerns about abuse in Kimmani's home. Following her death, a task force has been formed to investigate Lucas County Children's Services.
It should not have happened, and we need to find out why.
That's Toledo City Councilman George Sarantu. He's been vocal at council meetings, demanding answers from Children's Services.
We have to get to the bottom of this, so I'm here today to pay my respects and eagerly await the results of an investigation and hope that it is thorough and truthful.
During a news conference earlier this week, Lucas County Children's Services Executive Director Randy Muth defended its system of checks and balances.
We have no record of any call from a mandated reporter or community member for an entire year prior to her murder. We have no record of anyone from Toledo Public Schools ever calling us with respect to Kimmani. We have no record of anyone calling us ever with concerns about Darnell Jones.
Sarantu was the only elected official we saw during the 3-hour walk-through ceremony. However, a letter from Councilwoman Sosandra McPherson was displayed. She, too, has spoken out, specifically when it comes to demolishing abandoned properties in Toledo. Sarantu says both city and county leaders will need to act, depending on what the investigation reveals.
we need to make changes in our laws and procedures and regulations, so be it.
He says this case won't get swept under the rug.
I'm not forgetting it. We've got to get to the bottom of this. We've got to have prevention in place, prevention measures in place, so this doesn't repeat itself.
Currently underway with the help of Lucas County commissioners, but we're told that this task force won't be looking into Kimmani's case specifically, but into LCCS as a whole. Reporting in West Toledo, Andrew Knowles, WTOL 11.